Okay, Antonelli. I didn't really get to say everything I wanted to say when I introduced you, so I'm going to go back, okay? How many of y'all have seen Antonelli on TV doing games? She works with ESPN, with Fox. She probably really, in my opinion, is our best women's basketball analyst in the country today. You could probably ask her any question about any team, and she would know the answer, or she would get to it quickly.
And if she doesn't, she will get a booby prize.
But we're real fortunate. I feel very fortunate to have her join us up here on Nell on Wheels, and we like to have a lot of fun up here, Antonelli. So.
I'm so fortunate that I get to do what I do. This is actually my 25th college basketball season on the air, and
yes.
The reason why I love my job so much is that I get to work with so many wonderful people that represent our game in such a high level. And yesterday, I happened to be with 4 Olympic coaches. I saw Pat and Billy Moore was here, Nell, and Tara. I mean, that doesn't happen much in our game, and that you get a chance to be around those kinds of people. And I'm so fortunate to get to do what I do. And I love it. So, the travel's worth it, because it never gets old coming here and doing a game with a great fan support, and how knowledgeable you guys are about women's basketball makes it even that much more special.
Can I say one thing? We just had a special guest that just walked in who I haven't seen in a while. I don't know if you all have seen her, but former athletic director here at Tennessee, Joan Cronin.
Hey, Joan.
Let's show Joan some love, Lady Vol fans.
Yes. Absolutely. And with this being our 40th year for celebrating Title IX, I mean, Joan was right there in on it at the very beginning to make sure that she says that means you're old, but Joan, you look great. But that's really why Tennessee, the Lady Vols are who they are and what they are. Joan was here to make sure that they got what they needed and hired the best coach in the country in Pat Summitt, and even though she was 22 years old at that time, but obviously they've done a great job supporting this program. So Joan, thank you for that, for all of women's athletics. Debbie, you brought up an interesting point, something I want to talk to you about. Last night we were all at Pat's house and visiting. Billy Moore was still in town, and it is amazing sitting around listening to Billy Moore talk. She's so knowledgeable. She could still coach today without a doubt. But my question to you is this. Pat Summitt has always been a giver. She's always shared X's and O's with anyone who wanted to come watch her practice. She never turned anyone down. Her mentorship to so many young coaches, old coaches, it doesn't matter. Do you see on the horizon coaches being that giving as Pat?
I actually do think that there are some people that are willing to help our game grow to the highest level that it can grow. I mean, Tara is an example of that. And actually, I think it's okay to say Gino's name in this room, but I know... I know he has opened up his practice to many young coaches also recently to allow them to come in and, try to learn some new things. I think what I am seeing as a new trend in our game, and you're going to see it from Stanford today, and it's part of the reason and way that they beat Baylor. A lot of teams are going to that 2-3 Princeton-like offense where they're clearing out the low block. You'll see Chinea Agumike, number 13, operating in the middle of the floor, kind of between the elbows, the free throw lane extended. And she can do a lot of damage from that part of their offense. A lot of teams are starting to do that. Connecticut runs it, Notre Dame runs it, Stanford runs it. Those are all teams that have been in the Final Four. I've even seen some other programs this year like Nebraska running it. It's not a new offense, but it is an offense that's very difficult to teach. I would imagine right now. I mean, it's not that simple.
And it takes skill. I mean, you've got to have some skilled players, and you have to do a lot of drills and be patient with it.
Well, and it seems to me like it's the kind of offense that you choose to run because of the athletes you have. Like, I need to open the block up so I can take advantage of these kids that can penetrate and go score off the dribble.
And I think as our game grows, you're going to start to see more of that, more of a 70% cutting, cut through the lane, movement without the ball versus a lot of screening. I'd say almost like 70% cutting, 30% screening. Now Stanford will go to some on-ball screens late in the shot clock, and they'll do a lot of things with Chineye Agumike. She's certainly the key. Tennessee has at least 3 post players that can put 15 fouls on her, and they're going to need to be physical with her.
That's absolutely, because Chineye is a very smart player. She's not going to get into foul trouble. She will keep herself on the floor.
Stanford is such a high IQ team, and it's not because they're a bunch of smart kids. I mean, they are smart kids. They are taught to play a certain way, and that is they don't turn it over and they don't foul. They run great offense. South Carolina made it really difficult for them to score. If Tennessee does the same thing and shows the same discipline on the defensive end to do that, then they're going to be right in it. But Stanford is going to make the extra pass. They're going to get uncontested shots because they're going to move the ball, and let's see what happens.
As hard as Debbie Antonelli works, and I love saying Antonelli. I like to either just call her Antonelli or I got to say the whole thing. Yeah, what is your handicap now? It's 0 or 1, right?
No. I don't get to play that much. I'm working all the time. I'm raising those 3 boys, and
you are not double-figure handicap. Single-figure handicap. She's being very modest. She's a heck of a golfer.
It better be single, Debbie, because you and I have been partners for the last couple.
That reminds me of a really good story. I'm actually undefeated here in Knoxville.
Really?
I have never lost a golf match to Pat Summitt and Billy Moore because my partner has always been Mickey DeMoss.
Let's hear it for Coach DeMoss. Let's hear it.
Coach DeMoss is my golf consigliere.
Okay, but do you have a hole-in-one here in Knoxville?
I don't, but I was in the foursome and witnessed Pat's hole-in-one, and it was absolutely incredible.
Okay.
It was terrific.
That is neat. You were there. That's awesome. Okay, do you have to go?
Well,
Stay just a little bit longer.
It's so much fun.
Stay just a little bit longer.
I'm really glad that you all are here and supporting Nell and doing her thing, because anything that we can do to promote women's basketball, we need to stick together and do that. That's a really important thing. So, Nell, good luck with your
Thanks, Antonelli.
venture. I hope
Let
it goes
me give you a
well
Nell
for
on Wheels shirt. Is that good?
Oh, Nell on
And
Wheels.
Nell, I think you need to give her a picture of me.
Oh, okay.
Hold on.
Gosh, and
She's been
it's
wanting a picture of
autographed.
me. She's been wanting a picture of me. There you go.
Absolutely. Okay, but let me give you one of me too, Antonelli, because this is way back in the day. Keep those in very special places. Good luck today, Antonelli. Give her a big hand. Appreciate you coming up.
Thanks, Debbie.
Oh, wait, Antonelli, I have one more special gift for you. It's an RV.
It's not as big as the one that's out there.
But it's an RV.
And don't try to drive it.
Did you guys steal this from Scooby-Doo?
Don't tell anybody. Thanks, Antonelli.